Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and welcome to Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I'm going to continue with my series on 102 Tangles of Zentangle. That's a poster that inspired me. It's the first thing I saw that was Zentangle. And so, especially with the 20th anniversary of Zentangle seminars this year and their celebration of 20 years, I want to keep focusing on those 102 tangles. So today I am going to show you these two patterns. Drupe, that's this one, and Fracus. Sometimes it gets spelled F-R-A-C-A-S, and other times F-R-A-C-U-S. And both of these, of course, are Zentangle patterns. They are on my 102 Tangles of Zentangle poster. They're easy. You can fit these patterns inside of any kind of tile that you're working on, but I'm going to show you like this so that you can see how they work. I'll be using a 3.5 inch Zentangle tile. You can use anything, any paper that you have, any size tile, scrap paper, doesn't matter. I'll be using a Micron 01, possibly my Micron PN. PN means plastic nib. It's about the same size as an 05 pen. A tortillon blending stump, a graphite pencil. If you're new to my channel, I keep this in here, a paper clip, because it helps me to keep the tip of my tortillon from going flat. And sometimes I'll use a kneaded eraser. Okay, so again, I am always grateful to be here, to be able to teach you. I'm very grateful for Zentangle, and I'm having fun celebrating their 20th year. They've actually been going a little bit longer than that, but it has been 20 years since they started teaching, as far as, I think, the seminars. Anyway, enough on that. We're going to put 4 corner dots. And then connect those. These don't have to be perfect lines. Okay. And I think I'm going to start with my Micron 01. And I'm going to divide this area. And I'm going to keep the lines kind of straight just for this. It will maybe make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to go kind of corner to corner. It also puts our center of our pattern right in the center. Okay. And I'm just dividing this evenly to make it easy for you today. You can see on this one that I did a few more. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has 12 spaces. And this one's going to have 8. All right. So we divide it. And like I said, you can make these more curved if you want. Next step, and this is going to be the same for both patterns. We're going to put an aura inside each of these triangle shape areas. Okay, nothing down here, just inside these little triangles. Okay. My lines are not perfectly straight. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to keep them about the same width as far as this aura. These, especially Drupe, when I first found Zentangle, became one of my favorites just because it's easy to do and I like the results. I looked at several of the tiles in the Zentangle Mosaic app, and there's some beautiful examples. The app is free, and you're able to go in and search and look for patterns. I think you have to have the paid version if you want to see some of the other features in there, and if you want to submit your own patterns. Not patterns, but tiles, sorry. Okay, so all we did was put those auras inside each one of these. Okay, I'm going to start with Drupe, and that's this one. And I think I'll start here. And with Drupe, we're going to put, from here on out, it's just going to be these C curves. So I'm going to put one, and then put another one. And then at about the same spot, doesn't have to be perfectly aligned, I'm going to put two more lines. Two more here. And here. Okay? That's all you have to do for the first steps. I'm going to come down a little bit. Do the same thing again. Just a nice, easy C curve. All right. Do that again. You could, if you wanted, put your next curve. And then go ahead and come down here for your next one. I'm going to stop at our little border line. All right, move to the next one. And then we would have one coming about right here. Do it again. You can see I don't have these exact distance apart. Try to remember that when we're doing Zentangle, my first goal is to relax and to draw something. And I just love the fact that there are step outs that show me how to do something. And there's also no mistakes. Okay, so there's our first step for Drupe. In the step outs from Zentangle, they come up here to this top line and just make that a little darker. You can do that with your 01 if you're using that, or switch to your PN. Makes it just a little bit easier to get these darker lines in here. So we are redefining this line, adding some weight to it. Okay, just the top line on each of these. Mine are not perfectly even. As the channel implies, it's not perfect, but it's fun. I love drawing Zentangle. I do it every day. I did not do it every day during my chemotherapy, but once all that was done and I got to feeling better, I'm back to it. And I'm always happy to share it with you. Okay, so all we did was darken those lines. I'm going to go back to my 01. You use whatever pen and paper and things like that that are comfortable for you, okay? So the next thing is, let's look at this again. This is one that I did. I'm not teaching that one, but I'm just covering it up so it's not a distraction. These lines is what we're going to put next, okay? And just put a couple in each one of these. And they don't have to touch. They don't have to be the exact same distance apart. But we're just going to go down into each of these sections and add these lines. I have seen where on some tiles, especially with Fracus, they put patterns in here instead of these lines. Remember, this is your work. This is your art. Do what makes you happy. And this looks really good when we add the shading. Okay, see? Easy. And like I said, if you do it small, you can fit it in inside other patterns on your tile. Okay, we're just going in each of these sections and adding these lines, and I'm stopping these at this little border. It is almost the end of February. It's hard to believe this time is going fast. Okay, so there we have Drupe. I'm not gonna shade it yet. I'm gonna wait and do that in the next one. Okay, I have switched back to my Micron PN for Fracus. Now, this one, we've been doing our C curve like this. For Fracus, it's gonna go the other way, okay? So we're going to put our C shape like this. And then we're going to aura it. Okay, let's go ahead and do it in this section. And I'm kind of matching up with what we did with Drupe. Just another C curve and an aura. Well, that one kind of went off weird. Sorry about that. It's okay. All right. And the next thing that they do in the step out is they fill these in. But I want to leave a sparkle in the center. And I learned this from Sonia Yenser. She's also a CZT. And she just puts a little mark with her pencil just as a reminder that she wants to leave that sparkle in the center. And then when I come back and fill that in, that's just a reminder to leave that open. And we're not trying to get a perfectly straight line there, okay? A sparkle should be kind of jagged. That's the word I'm looking for. A little bit jagged on the edge. Okay? So we're going to fill these in, leaving a little sparkle in the center. I showed sparkle on some of the patterns that I did in my last 102 tangles. Sparkle is one of the enhancements for your patterns. And wow, that one just really went weird. I'll leave that tiny sparkle there. Okay, so we got the first one done. All right, again, it's coming up instead of the same way that we had the other one. You can make these wider as far as these little lines. I have seen some that were done very wide and then had another pattern inside. That was really cool. All right, if you want the reminders, then just put your little very light marks there in the center. Okay, and then fill these in. Now this is where I was saying I have seen that they put patterns in here. Whatever you would like. Okay. Next section. So as you can see, this very simple pattern, just straight lines and C curves. Okay. You don't have to do this little reminder, but since I did it in the first one, I'm going to go ahead and continue. And you don't have to put the sparkles. I just like how it looks. And isn't that the goal of our art? We want to like what we do. And I like this. Okay, just take your time. Even when you're filling in like this, just take your time and enjoy inking it in. All right, last one. Okay. These don't have to meet exactly, but I'm trying to make it close. Okay. I'm going to have one here also. All right. Let's add our little sparkle reminders. Fill those in. Remember to breathe. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hand. I do get too much of a grip on my pen sometimes, and it just helps to kind of exercise your hand and remember to relax. If you happen to fill the whole thing in with black and you want to come back and add a sparkle, you could always use your Jelly Roll pen. Okay. And you could still do that on this white tile when you add Jelly Roll. It does add a little bit more highlight when you use the white one. All right. So there we go. We have both of them done. So next is shading, and that's easy. We're simply going to come next to our R line on each side. And this is going to give us kind of a cone effect, if you will. So when we take our blending stuff, our tortillon, and soften that and pull it toward the center, that gives us a highlight down the center. Soften it so that you don't see any obvious edges. And it makes it look like it curves up. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around on this. And while I do this, I will remind you that I don't speed up my videos and I don't add music, because I find both of those to be very distracting. And I've had requests to not do it. I only tried it like 1 or 2 times, and one time that I did it, it was way too loud, and I really felt bad about it. But when you do a YouTube video and you upload it to YouTube, which is what I did, and then when I listened to it, I realized that I shouldn't have done that, but the video was already there. You can't just replace a video. You have to delete it and start over. I didn't want to do that, so there is an apology in the title of that video. This is, please forgive the music. Okay, so I'm just adding that shading to the side of each of these R lines, and with a kneaded eraser, I'm going to get kind of a sharp edge. I went into that and didn't mean to. I want to try to keep a clean center point between these. When you're almost 70, sometimes your hand doesn't do what you tell it to do. Like sometimes mine will do that. It'll jerk. Like, oh no. So I'll blame it on my hand. Hand and age. But I'm very happy to be almost 70. Happy to be alive. Okay. Okay, just keep going. I have to tell you that this past weekend, or Monday actually, I went on a hike with my youngest son and youngest daughter. And it's been almost 2 full months now since I finished my chemo and radiation. And I've been doing exercises and feeling good. And one of the reasons I had first started doing exercising was because I wanted to hike with my daughter. Anyway, it ended up being a lot further than expected to our destination. And my daughter kindly called the park ranger and they sent a little truck that brought me back to our parking lot. But unfortunately, it was too little to take my kids. I walked 5 miles, I think maybe 6, before saying, I'm sorry, but I don't think I could make it all the way back. So it was very nice that they took me back. And then I was able to get our car and go to a pickup point for my son and daughter. It was an awesome day. I love being out in the trees and in nature. And I intend on getting even stronger. And I'm just going to keep getting better and better so that we can go to maybe Colorado or something, see some mountains. I'm in the Houston area, so we do not have mountains here. All right, one more. Anyway, I just had to share that story. All right, last one. And I'm just softening that and pushing it towards the center. You could even add more graphite if you wanted it even darker where these come down. Again, make this your art. Don't try for perfection. Just enjoy what you're doing. All right. On the back, let's put the names of the patterns. Okay, so that was Drupe and Fracus. And you could spell it Fracus or Fracus. And both of these are by Zentangle headquarters. And they are part of 102 Tangles of Zentangle. And I think I've forgotten to give you that hashtag on some of those others, but it's usually in the description. All right. Let's add our chop. And where do I want to put it? I think I'm going to put mine down here. How about I'll hang it off of this one? When you finish your tile, one of the last steps is gratitude and appreciation again. I'm so grateful to know about Zentangle and grateful that I can share it, and so grateful for all of you who follow my channel and share it. If you liked this, please hit the like button and share, leave comments, and that helps other people to find my channel. All right, thank you again. We've learned 2 more patterns from the 102 Tangles of Zentangle poster. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.